I still don't think I've won everyone over at all, but I think it's also important to understand कि आप कुछ भी करो life में, you can never win everyone over. When I first started out, there was so much chatter और मैं सुनती रहती थी कि you're undeserving of the opportunities and you don't belong here and etc. कि कहीं ना कहीं मुझे खुद ऐसे लगने लगा कि I'm like pushing myself on to be like they don't want to see me and I really love acting, so I'm doing this for myself. And maybe I don't really have so much to offer. We have skipped many lines, we are already privy to a certain amount of attention, to a certain amount of connections.
Yeah.
And most people don't realize what it's like to not have that. I don't realize what it's like to not have that. From the start, from school even, there have always been people who've said that anything and everything you get in life is not because of you, it's because of your parents. So somewhere that's, I think, had created a complex in my brain कि I'm not deserving of anything. मैंने तो कुछ किया ही नहीं है, मेरा तो कोई value है ही नहीं, जो भी है उनके वजह से ही है. I think it's hard for us to say complete. For me, Khushi, Arjun Bhai and Anshula Didi to say complete ever, because we are missing our mother, a very integral part of family in our head.
4 years ago, when I met Janhvi Kapoor, I had met this docile, naive child. I would call her a child then, who was nervous. And I remember that first call that we spoke over after Dharak had released, and she was like, "How did you like it?" I think the enthusiasm has remained in these 4 years, but the person has changed. She's come into herself a lot more. And today, when she presents everybody with a film like Good Luck Jerry, I feel that she's become even more confident. Welcoming Janhvi Kapoor in conversation with me only on Bollywood Bubble. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so happy that we are doing this.
I know.
And Janhvi, I want to start off with what I said. 4 years ago, you remember that after the press show, I had called you and you were like nervous ki what would people think of you? Today, in the last 4 years, you've come into your own in a lot of ways, like when we see you from the exterior. But are you the same person, or how much of you have changed over the years?
I think I know myself better. I think that I'm more secure in who I am as a person. I don't think I'm trying anymore to be something that I'm not. I think I'd like to think I'm a little more confident, but I'm not so different, I think, in hindsight. I was really dumb before, just a little dumb now.
I don't think you're dumb. But you have taken calculated risks. When I look at Good Luck Jerry, it puts a smile on my face, because at this age and at this stage of your career, you've done one Ghost Stories, where you have received a lot of critical acclaim. Then you did Gunjan Saxena, which is by far one of your best performances, like your best performance so far. And this possibly can top it as well, because this is also a film that is completely headlined by you. Do you feel pressurized sometimes because of the eye, because everybody's looking at you?
No, I don't. I think it's flattering when you have that kind of attention, I guess. And I don't feel pressurized. I feel extremely thankful and grateful that I have this platform that I can do so much with. And I think I'm extremely fortunate to have gotten the films that I've gotten.
But when I talk about your performances, are you happy with the way people have started perceiving you? Initially, when you came in, there was this agenda that you came out of privilege. But I think you have made sure, and I remember the first conversation we had at Dharma, and you said that I understand where I come from. I understand that people look at me a certain way because of that. But I want to change that. I want people to understand that I am here for somebody's place, and they should never, I feel responsible for that position that I'm in. Today, somewhere you have managed to change a lot of people's minds. I'll tell you what later, through the course of the conversation. But do you see the perception change?
I mean, I hope so. I still don't think I've won everyone over at all. But I think it's also important to understand कि आप कुछ भी करो life में, you can never win everyone over.
Yeah.
But I still have such a long way to go. And the thing is, I think when I first started out, there was so much chatter और मैं सुनती रहती थी कि you're undeserving of the opportunities and you don't belong here and etc. कि कहीं ना कहीं मुझे खुद ऐसे लगने लगा कि I'm like pushing myself onto people. Like, they don't want to see me, and I really love acting, so I'm doing this for myself. And maybe I don't really have so much to offer, but I think off late I've realized that, okay, no, I love it so much, and my relationship with my work is so honest that I do have something to offer. I think that's more than most people can say. I don't know about anything else, but I know that I'll be the hardest working person that in any given circumstance, and that's the only thing that I can control and the only thing that I can do, because I do come from a place of privilege. तो इतना भी ना करूँ तो मतलब फिर तो मुझे पैक अप करके तिरुपति शिफ्ट होना चाहिए.
But you know, realizing and accepting that you come from a place of privilege is also something that is commendable, because a lot of people don't really realize that, or they completely overlook that.
But how can they not? I mean, I each to their own, but it is obvious that we have skipped many lines. We are already privy to a certain amount of attention, to a certain amount of connections.
Yeah.
And most people don't realize what it's like to not have that. I don't realize what it's like to not have that. So it is a big advantage to already know what your first film is, I think, and not have to struggle to be noticed by someone.
Like you said, that when you came in, there were a lot of brickbats also that you had to face in terms of perception and criticism. You're a very sensitive person. People often feel that, oh, you know, she's come from a place of privilege, so they already feel that, अरे इनको क्या फर्क पड़ता है,
कुछ भी बोल दो.
ये आपको लगता है ऐसा होता है?
100% ऐसा होता है. इनफैक्ट कहीं ना कहीं ऐसे भी लगता है कि you know, it's kind of ironic, because what they are asking for is to not be judged for not coming from a place of privilege, but so many of them judge you for coming from a place of privilege. So it's slightly hypocritical, but listen, I'll take it all with a smile, because I'm getting to do what I love to do.
Yeah.
So if like 3 out of the 10 people have a problem with where I come from, then I'll keep working till I win them over also.
Yeah.
What's important to me is that I know that my focus is on my work, and that I'm doing it with as much honesty and sincerity as I can.
Did it ever put self-doubt in your own head?
100%. 100%. And I still have moments where I'm like, shit, you know, maybe I should just not. But it all comes down to the fact that I love what I do, and I have the opportunity to do it. तो मैं क्यों बैठ के ये सोचूं कि नहीं, लेकिन कोई और इंसान इतना स्ट्रगल कर रहा होगा और मैंने उससे ये मौका छीना है तो मुझे नहीं करना चाहिए उसके वजह से. अरे, I understand कि there are other people that might be more talented, more better looking, etc. But now I have this opportunity.
Yeah.
I can't waste it because I love it. But I will make sure to respect them and to respect what I've gotten in life, to respect my parents and the audience, that I will work doubly, triply hard to justify this.
Good Luck Cherry is about this girl's attempt at survival, and it's also a story of ambition and desires. You have been an ambitious person, and you are also fitting in with what you said. There has been a story of your survival in the industry also. Today, when I told you about the response to your poster, initially there was a sense of disbelief.
Yeah.
Do you feel that it has stemmed from that constant being pushed over and told that, you know,
you don't belong here?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. And the thing is, I think people don't realize, because it's an unrelatable problem to have.
Yeah.
You can relate to someone, someone coming into a big bad city and not knowing where to go and who to go to, and not having connections or a place to stay, or to food to put on the table. Those are very relatable struggles and very real struggles. But my journey has been very different and very cushioned and very comfortable. But from the start, from school even, there have always been people who've said that anything and everything you get in life is not because of you, it's because of your parents. So somewhere that's, I think, had created a complex in my brain कि I'm not deserving of anything. मैंने तो कुछ किया ही नहीं है, मेरा तो कोई वैल्यू है ही नहीं, जो भी है उनके वजह से ही है. So I think that complex, even if I do well on like a test, my friends sometimes would be like, oh, it's because like your parents are famous. So it's a thing that you always live with a little bit subconsciously, and it's not that tragic, but it does make you look at things a certain way. So for a long time I did, and I think I'm still dealing with it. Like still sometimes when people ask me for a photo, in my head I'm like, yeah, it's because they want a picture of mom's daughter or like dad's daughter. Like subconsciously, it's not even a big deal, but like, and I don't mind. My thrill in life, my high in life is to be on set and do
Absolutely.
films.
And you're doing some of the most amazing films. Like Good Luck Jerry is something that I have been excited about for the longest time because it's a remake of a very, very loved film. And Nayanthara, who was in the original, and you step into the shoes, they could be big boots to fill. There will be immediate comparisons to Nayanthara. Have you watched the movie? How much do you love her in the movie, and like how much of it is different?
I think she is supremely cool. She was great in the film. In fact, I've been a fan of her work for a while. I actually love this other film that she did called Nanam Rowdy. It's a superb film, super funny. But I saw the film, I think, before I got the narration of Good Luck Jerry, and I just thought it was such a fun world.
Yeah.
And that I really wanted to be a part of it and do it. And it's one of those films that actually hasn't reached the Hindi audience. So that's why I felt like maybe it would be a good idea to try doing it.
By the time you debuted, few of your cousins and your brothers and sisters have already been in the industry, and now when you have already debuted, there are a few. Your sister is coming up, Shania is coming up, so they are all in the line to make their debut. So, how much of advice have you gotten from like a Sonam or maybe a Riya and an Arjun, and how much of it is are you passing on to Shania and Khushi? Khushi, I think, is the one
who gives me advice.
that you said in the last interview.
Yeah, no, but I think out of everyone, I look at Arjun Bhaiya the most for advice.
Yeah.
You must know.
Yes.
He is, I think, the wisest of the wise. He and he just always makes me feel like every time I talk to him, I just feel like, okay, I think everything will be fine. Like, and he just like makes me look at things from a very different perspective. So I really rely on him for advice, I think, and even comfort sometimes. So yeah, but as far as giving advice goes, these Khushi, Shania and all are much smarter, much more confident than I ever was. Than I still am, I think.
I had spoken to Arjun last year, and he had said something that today he feels like he has a complete family, and it has happened, right? In the last 4-5 years, you guys have come together. You guys are like a family. You guys have a family WhatsApp group, if I'm not wrong. So, do you feel like it's become a more complete? There's more completion in the family.
It's a modern family for sure. I think it's hard for us to say complete. For me, Khushi, Arjun Bhaiya and Anshra Didi to say complete ever, because we are missing our mother, a very integral part of our family in our head. But I think what we've done for each other, or at least what I feel they've done for me, has given me some semblance of, I don't know if normalcy is the word, but security and stability and comfort and so much love that they have become my strength. So whether it's complete or incomplete or normal or modern or whatever it is, it still feels like family, and it feels wholesome, and I feel happy.
Your father must be the happiest, because he truly is.
He is very happy that he that all four of us